My full name is Elizabeth Vasilia Evans. Uh, I'm from Greece. I've pretty much always lived in Athens, except when I was 1 to 4 years old, when I lived in Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
We like to celebrate our pain. Um, it's funny now because like if you see like Greece is in a crisis, but now bars are fuller than they were before. We place a big importance on family. It's like every Sunday is a family day, and you see like your whole family, your extended family, usually. People are very communal in a sense.
Yeah.
Like you don't live very individually. Like you might have your own work or whatever, but after work you're always gonna meet your family or your friends. Like it's very like you have a shared experience. It's not like I feel like in comparison to the U.S., which is very individualistic, it's really not like that in Greece. A lot of my grandma's food, which is like a lot of Greek food, like spanakopita used to be my favorite thing when I was younger, and she made a lot of soups. I prefer my like native cuisine than like U.S. cuisine. It's more like I think the importance is a lot on first ingredients. It's like it's simpler, but to me it tastes better. Like because like in Greece, like I feel like our vegetables are way better than the ones I'm used to eating like in the U.S. Everything is taken down to like first ingredients, but like the first ingredients are really good because they're interested in different countries. My parents have a very different like opinion on different things, and like my dad is more interested in like U.S. politics. My mom is more interested in Greek politics, and they never really like talk about it very intensely. I guess my brother is the one that could have influenced me the most about politics. With partying, I guess in Greek culture, it's very like nested within Greek culture. Like I'm saying, like I would like my whole village would like stay out together until 4 a.m. So my family is really okay with alcohol and going out, whatever. Yeah, I was raised Orthodox, and I used to really abide by it. Like my grandma is the one that put me into it, and she would take me to church every Sunday, and I would learn like all about it. But I guess like I felt like when I was younger, whenever I had a thought that like I actually don't think I really believe this, I just felt really guilty and didn't give my time to like actually think about it, admit it to myself, because I was afraid that if there was one, like he would see me, and like my grandma was very about like Jesus is in every room, like he sees you, and like I guess it was more associated with fear when I was younger. Yeah. Yes, I'm proud to be Greek.
I obviously know a lot, but I love the period of World War II because I feel personally connected since both of my granddads and my grandmothers were growing up and were teenagers while the war was happening. So I grew up hearing all those stories. I've lived in Russia, and then when I was 15, we moved to the United States with my family. We went to San Diego, and a few years after, I started college in Los Angeles, and now I'm in Madrid. For me, Russia definitely would be a little more conservative, cold on the outside, but really warm on the inside type of environment and people that I get to meet there and that I live around. The U.S. is very open-minded, cheerful, and liberal, I would say, about a lot of things. I have a very deep, like not deep, but very intense relationship with food. I think during food is when we get into that kind of stage where we're relaxed, we're enjoying we something we eat, and even like thinking of the way people have dinners in America versus the way they have dinners here in Madrid. You go, the dinner is such a big type of event, and you go for a few hours and you talk and you take your dishes very slow, while in America it's a very fast pace. I obviously value family a lot, and in my family we have a very strong connection in between all of us, and so for me family is my most important thing. For me, my dad had always very strong opinions about politics, especially in Russia, and that was one of the reasons we emigrated to America. And I think that taught me to express my political opinions less. For me, partying is a big part of Russian culture. We all connect with each other in that way, and I definitely enjoy parties a lot. But it's very interesting how in America the party scene is a little different because in Russia it's a little more um, personal and intimate, the party scene in general, because it's a lot of talking and also a lot of like intellectual kind of partying as well. While in America, for me, it's a little more like crazy and just go and have fun and drink. So my relationship with sex and alcohol, I think it's everyone's personal choice, and um, I have a good overview. I was baptized when I was young, and my grandmother was the only one who really ever took us to church. But my parents are not really religious, even though they do consider themselves Russian Orthodox. But we're not very religious since we moved away from my grandmother. I wish people kind of could wake up and be a little more realistic about Russia and how it could be a great place. So, but I'm really proud to be Russian and carry the history and just my identity. And so, yeah.